Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair, sand in the clouds. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps turning round, one who can't move. Where are the clouds? Send in the clouds. Just when I stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours.
You're not gonna, and now, and so any now,
Yep.
any inform now, Boomer,
Exactly.
see, my information is already out there, and not to mention, I'm not really scared of anybody, and on top of it, I got like, you know what I'm saying, like mad weapons, so I'm not worried about being doxxed. But you, motherfucker, you keep reporting my accounts. Any information that I get about you at all, I'm not only doxing you, but
Right.
I'm going to find the most anti-Semitic motherfuckers that I can find, like the Hells Angels, like the Crips, like the Bloods, like MS-13, and I'm going to give them all of your fucking information.
Oh, shit.
Hey guys. I was just going to come on here and address a few things just because I can. So, how are y'all doing? I need to message Val. Matt, have you checked on Val?
We paid the phone bill, so we taking callers. Yo, Renee, what up?
Hey, Renee. Hey.
Yo, Leo, call in. A lot of haters on Scope. Man, I heard it was some people that was... They was
Big mad.
big mad. They was breathing like Dr. Umar Johnson, bro.
Like, I need to get back to my cape making business so people can be super mad.
Super
I'm
mad.
going to be super mad with their capes.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a motherfucking shame. It's super mad.
I see that. Margaritas. You feeling it now?
I'm feeling it.
Anywho, so I heard there was like a few people were really upset today, and I just can't figure out why.
I don't know.
I don't know either. No, Leo, you're supposed to be calling in. He's like, I'll be right back. All right, cool.
These messages.
Cool. Anyway, I don't know where to start.
Somewhere.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Anyway, you know what? I'm just going to get this out of the way.
Fuck it.
Boomer, let's chat.
Uh-oh. Good luck. Your account's gone.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
Boomer, you said today that Rob is so pathetic and irrelevant, yet you literally scoped screaming his name for I don't know how long. But you said that he had to fly, was it 2,000 miles?
I don't know, but I was just thinking, like, I haven't had anybody screaming my name in, like, the last 12 hours.
I think it's been less than... You're such a dick. Leo!
Hey, Shauna, how's it going? Rob, I hear you in the background. How's it going?
King
It's
Leo.
good.
What up?
So I just wanted to address Boomer real quick because I heard he's really upset today.
Sure, I'll listen. Go ahead. I heard. Yeah, go ahead. I'll listen.
He clearly needs a hug. I'm not the one who's going to give it to him.
I'll fly
Right.
2,000 miles to give him a hug.
But here's the thing. He said that what was it that you flew 2,000 miles just to get a piece of ass. I'm going to correct you on that real quick.
I flew 2,000 miles to get whole ass.
But it wasn't even that. It was 1,300 miles
Yeah, get
First
it
of
right.
all.
Right.
And second of all, some of y'all might want to put earmuffs on for a second. Second of all, Boomer. Hey, Boomer. Boomer. It's such a good piece of ass that he's going to be having it for years to come. Can you say the same, old man?
Damn.
I don't think so. See, when I told you last week that if you kept your shit up, I'd have to address you. Rob gave you the option to keep mine and his names out of your mouth. So when you decided to bring up the whole piece of ass, well, I'm that piece of ass. So here we are. You need to calm your tits, old man.
Well, and here's the thing.
Right.
Leo actually saw on the Twitter feed, right? Because there's a whole Twitter feed addressing this shit where I literally said, I'm not gonna, address him or any of that anymore. And I haven't. So even still on this broadcast, I haven't mentioned anything because I don't even know who we're talking about because
He's
that
so irrelevant.
individual is so irrelevant. So who are we talking? You guys need to give me a synopsis. Who is this person again?
Nobody important. I just need to
Okay.
address him real quick,
All right.
since he wants to talk about me since I'm a piece of ass. Listen, to you, Boomer, and all your little buddies over there, Carrie, who wanted to run her mouth early this morning. I guess Lynn said something last night. Weimer said something.
Right.
I have a quick suggestion. Stop worrying about the ass that Rob's getting and why we're on Periscope, and worry about what you're not getting at home.
True that.
I think it's pretty simple.
Right.
I'm just saying.
True that.
Just saying, Leo. Just
Right.
saying. Anyway.
So what's up with you, Leo? How you doing, bro?
Chilling. Yeah, my fiance, I just hit her up. She's about to come in. So, yeah, just hit her up.
Good.
Yeah, so she's about to come in the room. And yeah, so I definitely agree. And it's sad that an old man whose wife is sick, they say, is going to worry about what somebody else is doing, and he's not worried about his own personal situation with his wife. That's what I want to know.
Right.
Yeah, he's all concerned about you and Rob's happiness. He doesn't have any happiness. He's worried about it at home.
That's probably why.
Exactly, Matt. You too. Both you and Leo. It's comical to me.
Right.
And you want to talk about, like, what else have they said?
I
There's
don't
been
know.
so much shit lately.
Who are these people?
Why are you guys on Periscope? I don't know. Half of y'all are married. Why are you all on Periscope? Why are you not...
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair, sand in the clouds. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps staring around, one who can't move. Where are the clouds? Send in the clouds. Just when I thought opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my life.
You all on Periscope. Why are you not satisfying your spouse?
Right. And the thing is, we all on know, Rob works at night. We know, Shauna, you're a hard worker. But these people are on Periscope like 24/7. Like, I get off work, I hear they were on Scope all day. And tonight, they'll be on all night. Don Stakes be up 3, 4 in the morning with other people. I'm like, man, don't you got a wife and kids and work? Where do you find time for all that? You're on here almost 20 plus hours every single day. And they aren't really talking about
Periscope to make sure that we report anyone who harbors Leo in the beam.
Right.
Report anyone who harbors Leo in the beam.
It'd be different, y'all, if they were like sharing other people's scopes out, learning, doing different content things. They aren't. They are not content creators. They're drama queens. That's what they are. And they do the same thing in their same echo chamber. They don't go from scope to scope and carry forth conversations and intellectual, discussions. They can't do it. They're in the same cult. You'll see in the same little pockets and groups of cult of individuals, from DJ KK to Lynn to Don. Those are the main three, and Boomer. Those are the main four people who scope the same BS nonsense, and it doesn't travel well at all. They cannot take it. Hey, my fiance. They cannot take it to another person's scope and have an intellectual conversation. It's the same old lame, tired bullshit they talk about day in and day out. Lynn now here is talking about CPS again. She's been talking about CPS for over a year now, being called on her. And she never produces a report or nothing. Never scope. Those are the simplest things you can do, is scope something you said happened. She can't. No police reports, CPS, nothing. Never. So it's sad.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It is what it is. These people are on life support, and I guess we're the support. So, like, what would happen if we all just, like, vanished?
Yeah, or ignore them. Like, they hate that. Like, if they come in the scope or whatever and you see them, just ignore them. They get so pissed. And two, everything they talk about other people being conspiracy theorists, they're the biggest conspiracy theorists out there. They'll say, I'm doing everything to them and can't prove anything. Like, I'm doing all of these things while I'm at work, whether it's contacting people or creating accounts. They need to prove that. That's what people need to start telling them. Ignore them and say, prove what you got, because they can't.
As tonight, I mean, like, I again, these people are so, irrelevant. I'm not exactly sure what the names are, but one of them, I think it was the guy who was doing the scope, the one who, like, just keeps mentioning my name, the one who on the Twitter feed said that he was going to, be done with this and walk away from it and wasn't even spoken to today. That guy, I don't remember his name because he's so irrelevant. I remember people's names who actually make impacts on Periscope, not, these guys who, have to.
Or are worth flying 1,300 miles for a piece of ass?
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that person, whoever that nameless guy is, he actually flipped out so hard. James, appreciate the share, bro.
You say hi to Tammy?
Hey, Tammy, what's up? That he started yelling at the other person who was on the scope, who was actually, the guy who was actually cheerleading him.
Wow.
Did you hear that?
I missed that.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah, he said, blankety blank, hold on, this is my show. This is mine. This is my moment.
Something like, let me finish or something. I was like, that's probably not the first time he's screamed that.
I'm talking about Rob tonight. I was like, oh.
About something you didn't even do.
Right.
And what he played was from at least like 2 weeks ago or something, maybe a week ago.
No, that was from when I had the CEO of the Becky's account. So that was at least a month ago.
Pink Toad Becky here. Oh my god.
So what you got in store for the night? What's going on with you, bro? What you and the fiance got popping off?
Well, it's cold here, so we're going to just chill out and hang out. But I was more so concerned on, the path forward with clowns, whether it's Boomer, Don Stakes. I think it's always best to ignore them because they don't stop, right? So they're going to continue to try and get your attention.
I don't know who you're talking. Who are you talking about?
Yeah, the two clowns. They keep chirping, right?
The only clown that I know on Periscope is Bobo the clown, and I'm cool with him. I don't. Bobo the clown is my dude. I don't know any other clowns. Who are these people?
Right. Well, they are really irrelevant. But what they'll do is they'll continue to drain you and use your influence and platform for attention rather than just go away. But if you look like what 33 did, with Ice Wolf, with Al, all of them were harassed by Boomer 57 the same way. Where he was like, I'm gonna go after Al, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But once they started ignoring Boomer and other people, they got cold feet and like, hey, this guy didn't give me no attention. Let me go to somebody else who gives me attention. So that's what they're about. They're about clout. So,
But who are you talking, bro? Who are you talking about?
well, these nobodies, the nobodies that keep scoping on you. Get 28. They got 28 views in 38 minutes. Those people. Don
Right.
Scope got 28 views in 40-minute scope. So yeah, it was really irrelevant and weak. But at the same time, they want to trigger people, right? They want to trigger a reaction. That's all it is. So that's
Oh,
right.
okay. I'm gonna have to search my news.
Hey, Stubbs.
That's facts. Yeah, so what they did was they went and did that to this man's girlfriend, DJ KK, and he seems low IQ. I'm not to call his fat ass out. I heard he was taking shots at me today. I used to like DJ KK, but his fat ass needs to be checked. I'd like to know when the last time his fat ass stepped on a scale and went to a gym. That's what I need to know.
Well, I'm
taking
gonna be
shots.
100. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Right.
What happened is that there was some account. This now apparently this happened. I was on the beam with KK for most of the day, but during the time when I wasn't on the beam,
Right.
apparently this happened. But some account under a fake name
Yep.
came in there, and apparently they put in the last name and first name or something like that
Right.
of him.
So my point is,
Like
yeah,
it's kind of like it's kind of like what was done on that fake account that was made of me,
Right.
except for
Don's
except
face.
for they
Exactly.
got it wrong. They
got it wrong.
they got it wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's a little bit more to my name than that,
Right.
So
But that's my point. They bust themselves. Don Stakes did it to you, and then I guess they're trying to blame it on me. Truth Raider was in that scope. A lot of people were in that scope. 33. It could have been anybody. It was not me. Whoever created some account and did that to him. But his fat racist ass DJ KK, Kevin Scoper, Kevin Hammond had to blame it on me because he's racist. I've called him.
well, what he said, I'm gonna be honest with you, Leo. What he said, he believes that it's you.
No
But
proof.
he said that. But this is what he said.
Right.
But this is what he said. He said he's going to have an investigation done,
good.
and if the investigation proves otherwise, he will come forward and say what the investigation proves.
No, he won't. He just said that
Now-
in interviews, he needed somebody black to blame it on, and I was the person he wanted to blame it on. I'd like to know how he said, I'm trying to contact his girlfriend. Same thing. To say I can contact his fat ass girlfriend. Look, he only has money and alcohol. You take his money and alcohol away, his fat ass ain't shit. He'd be on suicide watch. Be honest. He wouldn't have no girls, and he couldn't get a satisfaction. Take his alcohol and his money away, his fat ass wouldn't be shit. Bottom line. So there we go. I had to say it because nobody else would say it. Nobody else would say that shit, but I'll tell his fat ass the truth. He begged me to hang out with him. This is the truth his fat ass don't want you to hear. He's here in
Hey,
Texas
Leo,
about 10 minutes.
how do
Go
you
ahead.
really feel?
Well, I'm just trying to say, because I heard that he was taking shots at me all day, right? And I'm at work, and then they doxed, a lot of things about my fiance I didn't appreciate. So his fat ass had this coming.
Wow.
His fat ass had this coming.
Now, Leo, check this out, right? Across the board. Now, here's the thing, right? When it comes to certain things, people don't agree on everything, but you can respectfully agree to disagree, right?
Right.
Now, haven't I always said, regardless of where it's coming from, I don't agree with 1, account reporting, 2,
Right.
doxing, 3, bringing families in.
Now, Boomer.
Exactly. Yeah, they do all of it.
See, my information is already out there, and not to mention, I'm not really scared of anybody. And on top of it, I got mad weapons. So I'm not worried about being doxxed. But you, motherfucker, you keep reporting my accounts. Any information that I get about you at all, I'm not only doxing you, but
Right.
I'm going to find the most anti-Semitic motherfuckers that I can find, like the Hells Angels, like the Crips, like the Bloods, like MS-13, and I'm going to give them all of your fucking information.
They do all of that.
Now, here's the thing. They always say, oh, Rob, you always whine about this, and you only say this kind of stuff to us, but you never say it to Leo. You never say it to anybody
You
else.
say it to everybody.
Bro, don't
Right.
I say that? Thank you.
Right.
Don't I say that to everybody?
Right. Yeah, the answer is this. Hey, Leo isn't doing that shit. Won't you look in the mirror? That's the answer you give them. Don't entertain it about like, oh, well, we'll talk to Leo. We don't condone it. No, Leo ain't doing that shit. When did he do it? Scope it. And you need
This
to
is
stop
what
it.
I'm.
Do it. Scope it. And you need
This
to
is
stop
what
doing
I'm.
it.
This is what
The
I've
answer.
always said. This is what I've always said. We've had discussions, and I
Right?
clearly state what I agree with and what I don't agree with. But everybody is a grown man, and everybody makes their own decisions at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, we don't hold each other's hands. People do what they feel that they need to do to protect their interest, and nobody can stop that. Right?
Right?
I mean,
Right.
that's what it is. And the thing is I don't understand what the expectation is. I mean, do they want somebody to handcuff people? I mean, do
Well,
they want somebody to tie somebody up in rope? You know, I
yeah,
mean, I don't get it. What
the
is?
expectation is for you to go against me. That's always been the expectation. It's divide and conquer. So the
Yeah, and it
expectation
just
is,
doesn't, and it
yeah,
doesn't work that way. It's not
right,
going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never
right,
going to be a divide and conquer. You're never going to get an apology, and that's just how it goes. So it is
right.
what it is. If I have to pick one of my 500 million accounts every single day to make a new scope, I'll just have to do that. It is what it is. What do they say you do here in America? Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You guys want to keep fucking everything up? I'll just pull myself up by the bootstraps, same way I do every single time, and still get more views and everything else than you guys. So that's just how it's gonna be.
That's fair.
There's that. Crazy. Hey, Dale.
So let's go back and talk about that thread of of tweets, right?
Yeah,
Which
right,
one?
Now, here's the thing: that thread of tweets, it ended with, "Okay, I'm walking away. I'm not gonna address you guys anymore. Have a nice day."
right?
Right.
For the
Right.
most
I
part,
remember.
something like that. Maybe not in those words, but
yeah.
for the most part. I haven't said shit to any of these motherfuckers.
Well,
And
that's
I guess there was some really bad selective outrage tonight. People
exactly
called me,
right.
my homie called me. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? What's going on? What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you say? I'm like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? Man, playing this message, I start cracking up. I'm like, wow, I bet you another plug of hair came out after that episode.
Right.
Well, there's only one left, so he's completely
Right.
bald now.
Right. Him and downstate.
I've never, man. I guarantee you, there's going to be a 20-second timeout and a little bit of a consultation after that, because you never do that.
Well, yeah, they both have defective genes anyway, being their lineage, and we won't get into that because they'll call us anti-Semitic. But yeah, I don't really respect neither one of them, so I don't know why they like to talk a lot about other people's business anyway, when you turn the mirror and turn things around on them and see how pitiful they are. I don't get it. So
you ever been to a board meeting before?
All the time. Actually, I was in one today. So.
Usually you talk about other business when yours isn't successful.
True.
Oh.
True. That's facts. That's facts.
I'm going to keep you around after that one.
Right?
You're a keeper.
I'm just saying. You ever heard of this thing called a SWOT analysis?
I have.
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Right? That's right.
Yeah.
That's what's going down. So it's sad, but that's what we're dealing with. I think these people have low self-esteem. They're definitely socially awkward. You see them out in public, they'll probably run and, curl up like little cooks. So these are people who are really rejects of society. And they get on real bold because they can get a few people in the room and talk about other people when they aren't around. So they aren't worthy of our time nor respect.
I agree. I think it's sad. I think it's a mental disease. I think that they need to start doing mental health exams before they allow people to create social media accounts. What do you think?
I agree. That would be something. Because there'll be a lot of people not on social media, honestly.
I was going to say, there'd be like 10% of what's on now.
I agree.
And then where would all of our entertainment come from?
Right. Well, we'd have more content driven, right? If there were less people who were,
That's true.
Yeah, sick.
Because now all they can talk about is mine and Rob's sex life and him flying 1,300 miles.
And mind you, I flew without a plane, so put that together.
There you go. Facts. So they'll continue to run with their narrative. That's what they have. Boomer's going to continue to make threats. He's going to continue to say he'll do this, he'll do that. He won't do anything. He didn't do anything to Al. He didn't do anything to 33 and Ice Wolf. Anyone he's harassed, people just ignore him. He goes away.
You know what's crazy? I've never seen I don't remember what that guy's name is. The one that you just mentioned, I have no idea who he is. Right. But that individual, the account that you keep talking about, the LARP, I've never seen that LARP in Ludwig scopes. Never seen him in Al scopes. Rarely see him in Ice Wolf scopes.
Yep.
Weird.
Well, yeah, deep down, I'm telling you this because I know for a fact, they don't have a problem with each other, really. At the end of the day, this person neo-Nazi, no, that's nothing but a political ideology to most of them. It's just like calling somebody a liberal. Most conservatives don't like liberals. It's almost like that. Yeah, they'll call them a liberal, but they don't want liberals to die or nothing. It's black people they don't like. It's black people, minorities, and especially black people, they want us at the bottom, incarcerated, at the bottom. They don't like us. Bottom line, I've said it, and you can kind of see it bear out, about who they report. Yeah. You notice they have never one time named one white person's original account they banned. I'll put that across the board to any of them. Don, Allison, Boomer, name one. They can't because they never have. They just went after Izzy. They went after you, Rob. They went after Juju. They put in Hawaii. They tried to get me. They couldn't get my original account, though. But they've only gone after original accounts of black people. And they can't prove me wrong because all they had to do was come up with one name. Go, okay.
Well,
Now I am a real sickie. Guess I'll have to break
one name. Go, okay,
Well,
this person we can't. So
I'd like to thank them for doing that because, oh my God, like my viewership is like ridiculous now. And you know why? Because like everybody wants to know, why are you getting banned so much? So then like these rumors ripple all over the place. And then you have people coming from all over to check out the scopes.
right, that's true. That's facts. And then we paint the narrative, and it really feeds into, I think what's a bigger picture of what goes on in society, wherein they do try and smear, especially African Americans, give us a negative image, a negative connotation. Then it's easier to lock us up if they say, "Oh, the image and stereotype is they're a certain way," whether if it's they think we're more violent, or they think we have babies all out of wedlock all over the place, whatever it is, it's easier to criminalize us if they can paint us in a certain narrative. And that goes for Scope too, because on Scope, that's all they do is try and paint a certain narrative to make other whites really think ill of us, think we're some type of demon.
They've been trying to get.
Hey, Judy.
What's up, Judy? They've been trying to get people to hate me on Periscope for like 3 years, and it hasn't worked. And they use the same tactics.
I hate you.
I know you do.
Just despise you.
I know. I can tell.
Okay, can you?
Yep. But like, and it just doesn't work. And the thing is that they continue to use this. They brag about their IQ. Yo, Jeanette, what's up? But they use the same tactics to no avail.
Hey, Jeanette.
Right,
I don't
yeah,
get it.
yeah, their IQ is not higher. That's a myth. And even if that were true, which is not, because they say East Asians have a higher IQ even than whites, that plays no bearing on if you're going to be successful or not. There's high IQ people probably in the street under a bridge right now. So it has no bearing whatsoever if you're going to be president or anything, or if you're going to be a bum in the street. I mean, people are smart and dumb. I mean, you just take advantage of your opportunities. A lot of times it's luck involved, and you have mentorship. Mentors who also give you guidance. You have to have that drive. A lot of other factors come into play rather than just somebody saying, "Oh, they're high IQ," because you can easily debunk that. Just look in society. A lot of the smartest people are not successful. So
I agree. I totally agree. Inspiring actor, hi. Black lives.
yeah,
Can you give me an example of systemic racism in this country? Should racism be spelled with a C
Yeah,
instead of a
that's
S?
all right. I got them though. Yeah, the prison industrial complex, number one, and two. I think the grandiose is the global military industrial complex is racist. What other black country in the world would be allowed to have 800 military bases all over the world and dictate so much capital and so many sanctions on so many countries? If black people did that, there'd be an immediate war. World War III, if a black country came into any European country, say we're going to have military bases all over the place, and you're not going to do shit about it, and we're going to sanction you if you don't do it. That's white terrorism.
I have a question for Choosy Beggar. Where was that discussed at in the scope, and why did you bring it up?
Yeah,
I'll wait. And I'd like a full explanation of why that's being brought up right now. You're welcome to call into the beam, and you can actually say it, because that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
so I'm just curious as to why you're bringing that up. Have you experienced systemic racism? Are you experiencing the elite slash minority owned businesses suppressing you? Are they making your life horrible? Are you getting pulled over every 5 minutes because of the color of your skin by the police? Like, I want to know what's going on that this scope caused you to ask that question.
Right. Well, I think it was my name, right? It's my name, Black Lives Matter. They don't realize that more whites are in Black Lives Matter than black. They don't realize that more whites fund this organization, Black Lives Matter, than black. And they don't realize that also LGBTQ also heavily benefit from Black Lives Matter, which most gay people in America, of course, are white, because proportionally they're more white than black. But the point is, they asked because I think my name is Black Lives Matter, and they always ask those little slick questions because they believe all lives matter, even terrorists, because they are terrorists, which makes no sense.
Well,
all lives don't matter. Right?
This is the same guy who in one state.
But yeah, these people have to stop slandering you guys. I don't know why they bringing up Shauna and you, Rob, all the time. It's none of their business. Number one, what your guys' relationship is. Number one, and two, you guys are happy, and they are not happy. I think that's the brunt of why he's decided to go that route there tonight. Why so many miles. That's none of his business.
Boomer. My information is already out there, and not to mention,
I'm not really scared of anybody. And on top of it, I got like, you know what I'm saying, like mad weapons. So I'm not worried about being doxxed. But you motherfucker, you keep reporting my accounts, any information that I get about you at all, I'm not only doxing you, but I'm going to find the most anti-Semitic motherfuckers that I can find, like the Hells Angels, like the Crips, like the Bloods, like MS-13, and I'm going to give them all of your fucking information.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Keeping your emotions having echo, so much space. Ooh, when you're there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But I wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much, knew too much. Well, that made me crazy. That made me crazy. That made me crazy. Why me? And all that you were having time of your life. Think twice, child. It's only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are? Ha ha, that's just so. You really think you're in control? Oh, yeah. Well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes have the heart to lose their lives out on a limb. Oh, I remember thinking I wanna be like them. Oh Lord, said ever since I was little, look like fun. And there's no coincidence sweet corn. And I can die when I'm gone. Say, well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes have the heart to lose their lives out on a limb. Oh, I remember thinking I wanna be like them. Oh Lord, said ever since I was little, look like fun. And there's no coincidence sweet corn. And I can die when I'm gone. Say, baby, I'm crazy. Baby, I'm crazy. Baby, I'm crazy. Wait and see.
This is what I'm saying though. I don't agree with doxing at all. Like, I don't think that people's families or their kids or anything, work, business, should ever be put into Periscope. If you have an issue with somebody on Periscope, it should be handled on Periscope. Using Periscope methods and means. Boomer.
Exactly.
My information is already out there, and not to mention, I'm not really scared of anybody. And on top of it, I got like, you know what I'm saying, like mad weapons. So I'm not worried about being doxxed. But you motherfucker, you keep reporting my accounts, any information that I get about you at all, I'm not only doxing you, but I'm going to find the most anti-Semitic motherfuckers that I can find, like the Hells Angels, like the Crips, like the Bloods, like MS-13, and I'm gonna give them all of your fucking information.
Means, but the
Right.
thing is, right?
You see that?
The thing is that people. Yeah, I see that. The thing is, I don't know who that is. Maybe they want to call in.
That's
maybe
an old
not.
clown. That's an old clown. These clowns.
I told you, bro. The only clown on Periscope that I know is Bobo. I don't know any of these.
Bobo
other
the
people.
clown.
Bobo the clown. Yeah, he's
These other
cool.
clowns are irrelevant
That's my
clowns.
dude.
But I want to.
But these plagiarizing clowns, I don't know who they are. I don't know what circus they belong to. Somebody get the license number on them. But like the thing is that people shouldn't criticize Keen for, you know, getting the content and, you know, getting all the PayPal money and all that stuff that he gets. But you know, as far as the doxing, I don't agree with that shit when it comes to anybody doing it. Now, Boomer, my information is already out there, and not to mention, I'm not really scared of anybody. And on top of it, I got like, you know what I'm saying, like mad weapons. So I'm not worried about being doxxed. But you, motherfucker, you keep reporting my accounts, any information that I get about you at all, I'm not only doxing you, but I'm going to find the most anti-Semitic motherfuckers that I can find, like the Hells Angels, like the Crips, like the Bloods, like MS-13, and I'm going to give them all of your fucking information.
That's all, folks.